Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I have found something out just today that I was rather surprised about. Let's get right into it. This is the Hollow Champion armor set. Now a lot of people have asked me where I got this awesome looking armor set, and I will explain in this video how I did obtain this. This is something that you can now obtain without having to have a 10-man team, which is the only way of being able to obtain that previously. So I'll get into that in a moment. Some of the other items you can get along with this is the champion bow right there. Very, very awesome bow, which you can get as a drop in the raid. You've also got a dagger, which you can also get as a drop. And then the great sword, which is, where the heck is my great sword? I don't know where I put it. Oh, I'm wearing it. That's why. So, yeah, that's the great champion sword. There's also another version where you can get the sword and the dagger. I haven't actually got that yet. And then the champion scythe. That is a nice, big, cool looking scythe that you get along with it. And this is also a drop that you can get. So how you can get these items, we're going to be jumping over to in the adventures menu, world areas, down to Sandsea pyramids. Then you're going to be heading up into the sect tower, or temple, not tower, into the temple right here. You're going to be interacting with this big guy up here. Now, if you don't have access to this area and to this portal or to this guy's dialogue stuff, then you need to play through the Sandsea Saga, which you haven't done. Definitely worth doing. Very interesting story. So then you have the Hollowed Champion crafting. Again, if you don't see this, it's because you're not far enough along in the quest line here in order to get access to it. So you've got the entire armor set right here, and this comes with dual daggers that you can obtain, as well as the sword and dagger, which I should have, maybe I might end up going for that maybe eventually. But anyways, and then you have, here is the like quests, and you need these because you need to get these things, which is used in that stuff. And so this is the raid that it mentions right here. Get a thing here, that from there. So you'll be going in, interacting with the portal right here, and at the very bottom, Great Pyramid. Once you're here, you're going to be interacting with this, and you have 3 different options right here. This will take you back to where you just were. This will take you to the Great Pyramid, which is where you can fight the genie guy. You're going to be going to this location right here, and right down here, you're going to be finding this right here. This is the Keeper of Death Sanctuary, and in here you have access to 2 different things, the first of which is the Keeper of Death's Sanctuary. This is the very first one, which is the normal version. As you'll mention it here, it doesn't talk anything about having 10 people or anything like that. Then you have the Temple of Death. And this is one where it requires having 10 of the bravest souls to overcome the peril. And this is the challenge, which is the 10-man raid. As it does mention here, recommended players is 10. Now this is for level 35. There is no way of playing this unscaled, which means you basically can't solo this, or at least maybe you can. I decided to give it a go and run through it, and I was able to beat the first 2 stages of the boss, but in the 3rd stage I got overwhelmed by enemies. So it's possible, I suppose, to keep the minimum. You'd have to constantly attack the minions to make sure to keep them down low, but then you're not killing the boss fast enough. So I don't know. It might be something you can solo, but it would be extremely time consuming to do so. And unfortunately, this is the only way of getting the Hollowed Champion stuff. As you'll see, these things here drop in the dungeon. So you've got these 4 weapons right here that you drop, as well as these things that drop, and then a title thing as well that you can obtain in there. But it is nice that this raid is now available for people who aren't in a 10-man team, because it'd be very difficult to get 10 people in this location. So doing this in a 2-man team or a 5-man team, whatever you feel would be more possible. If you can get a small group of people together, you would be able to attempt running this. And I mean, if you guys have been able to successfully beat it with a small group, let me know, because I would be interested to know at what level it becomes, you know, doable without it taking tons of time. Because if it's going to take forever to do, well, then maybe it might not be worth it. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of this or not, but the Tainted Phoenix Blade of Nulgath, the pet, now has access to the Phoenix Runes quests. So this will make it a lot easier when you're farming for these things right here. All the Phoenix Runes have all been added right here. So if you've been trying to get the pieces of the Phoenix Runes stuff, you'd be able to get access to them all right here. This is going to make it a whole lot easier than having to run back to Skew and run back to Finale, because the only other option, one of the only other options you would have had if you don't have that pet, is in Battleon and heading over here. Now, while you're heading over this direction, I don't know if you guys had noticed this. I was pointed out to this by one of my Raven Squad members in my video. They saw these guys fighting in the background. I had not seen that during my thing. I was going, what? What are you talking about? Because I had not actually seen this in my video. But it turns out that the two Star Wars guys are going at it up on top of the Guardian Bridge. I thought that was a nice little touch. Really cool, interesting idea to add something like that. So anyways, the Phoenix Runes thing, you'd be going and interacting with this guy right here, and then you'd have access to some Phoenix Runes stuff right there, that one and that one. For those of you that applied to become AQ3D mods, I wanted to let you know there has been an update regarding it. Sora, the lead mod, posted and said probably going to have at least 2 waves of bringing on AQ3D mods, since there's a lot of good applications. Hopefully going to give Alina the first wave list before Friday. So that would be in like a day. So like tomorrow, she's hoping to give the first wave list. So that's actually really cool, which means that emails could be sent out within the next week or couple weeks. Last but not least, some people have been asking where the Burger Hero thing is, because the NPC that used to be on the bridge here is no longer available. So you can now find that in the Adventures menu. If you just go into the Adventures menu and then into the side stories, you will be finding it in here now. So right at the very bottom, you're going to be finding the Burger Hero. This is where you can now get access to it. You can also find the NPC in Yogur's Inn. But that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and keep those swords swinging.